Hello EPL fans, I'm Seminole Zachary, one of the analysts here to present the top 5 plays of week 1 of the EPL season. These plays were especially hard to find because a lot of these battles weren't as big as what you expected it to. But the battles were pretty interesting indeed, and therefore we had to find the top 5 plays. We'll do this every week if we find them. So without further ado, let's reveal the top 5 plays. Number 5, Black Beartic versus Jack the Battler. Although this battle resulted in a 2-0 victory for Jack the Battler, you can't say the Black Beartic pulled off a couple of good plays, such as this one example. During Game 2 of the game, turn 5 of Game 2, Beartic made an impressive play by thinking that the Braviary would possibly protect, and decided to target down the Mega Kangaskhan instead of the Braviary, knocking out an immense threat to his team. However, he did not manage to come back from this one because Jack had the Heatran in the back and the Braviary still had the boosts. Yeah, but you can't say that he didn't make a bad play. He did make a good play. Number 4, Josh W Gaming versus 2Die4. During Game 1, 2Die4 was in an interesting situation with his Trick Room up, and then an Octillery in the field, which had the potential to really sweep his team. And so what he decided to do, thinking that the Bisharp would probably attack, he decides to ally switch and then make sure Octillery stays safe. Yeah, so he Water Spouts on the ally switch, knocks out the Marowak with ease, and then that would just lead to Josh never coming back from this game because the Octillery just ended up sweeping with the Water Spout. Number 3, Rocket, also known as Jim, versus P-Flugmeister. During Game 3 of this game, Jim decides to pull off a little play on his mind with his Marowak. Instead of going for a Boomerang on the Incineroar slot, he decides to Swords Dance instead, thinking that the Incineroar would switch out and not give any pressure towards the Tapu Lele. Yeah, he decides to go for the Swords Dance, which ends up paying off, because then he gets some offensive pressure towards P-Flugmeister, and resulting in a couple of knockouts towards the knockout towards the Incineroar, and doing a big chunk of damage to the Politoed. Unfortunately, his Marowak got burned by the Politoad's skull, and he would wind up losing the game because of the burn. It was a really nice effort, though. You can't say that. You can't just say he didn't make a good fight to the end. He was down to it the third game. Number 2, Mercury versus Lance. Game 1 of this game was pretty interesting. Mercury decides to lead Raichu and Charizard, while Lance decides to lead Tapu Lele and Metagross. What he decides to do is that he decides to protect the Charizard, thinking that the Tapu Lele would probably target it, and since Psychic Terrain is up, he couldn't fake out with his Raichu, so he decides to nuzzle the Metagross to lower its speed and make sure Charizard safely outspeed everything, because the Tapu Lele wasn't Choice Scarf. It was unfortunately not Choice Scarf, leading towards the Charizard getting quick and easy knockouts, leading towards the victory towards Lance in Game 1. He would end on lose to Game 2, but he would end up winning Game 3 with ease. And for the top play of the EPL Week 1 is the battle between Josh W Gaming and 2Die4 again. During Game 3, this was a little interesting. Both Tapu Kokos were out turn 1. They both decided to switch out with U-turn and Volt Switch respectively. Now, what they were thinking is that they would target down their Tapu Koko slots, predicting a possible switch out, or probably just wanting to take out the Tapu Kokos, because who knows, they're both the threat. One is a physical one, one is a special one. And so Josh decides to Ghost TMZ the Tapu Koko slot, and 2Die4 decides to Psyche Z the Koko slot. But the Tapu Koko that was physical used U-turn to switch onto the Snorlax, and then the second Tapu Koko with the Volt Switch decides to switch out to the Bisharp, and then some crazy shenanigans happen. The Aegis flashes Ghost TMZ that should have targeted the Tapu Koko ends up going towards the Snorlax, which didn't work on it. And then, on the Bisharp slot, Cresselia decides to Psyche Z that slot, and that ends up failing. So both Z moves ended up going to waste, bringing out a lot of crazy plays. Although Josh W Gaming did end up winning the game, that was just the biggest shenanigans we saw out of the game. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week for your top 5 plays of Week 2. I'll see you later. For now, enjoy the rest of the video, or enjoy the rest of the league. Who knows? Maybe Moxie Boosted actually knows what he's doing. See ya.